Mabuhay, or in Kapampangan, luwid kayo. Today's question comes from the City of Smiles. Enrico from Bacolod City, Philippines asks, what is the Golden Tara? The Golden Tara, also known as the Golden Image of Agusan, is an ancient artifact that was found in what is now the province of Agusan del Sur in the island of Mindanao in southern Philippines. It was found 100 years ago during a storm by an indigenous Manobo woman, and her name was Bilay Campos. And it was said that Bilay found the golden image in the muddy banks of the Wawa River during the flood that was caused by the storm. The golden image that Bilay Campos found depicts a woman sitting in the lotus position made out of 21-karat gold. It's also bedazzled with ornaments and a gorgeous headdress. It's a magnificent golden statue, an ancient golden figure, but if you think about it, 4 pounds, it's really not that big. But its significance to the people and the history of the Philippines is far too ginormous to be ignored. It is believed to be at least 1,000 years old, and it debunks many of the myths and the stereotypes imposed upon pre-colonial Philippines. For one, it shows the craftsmanship of the people in Mindanao centuries before the first European reached the islands. It's another evidence that our ancestors had the ability and the technology to create such intricate metalwork. Now this is important because throughout centuries of colonialism, we were taught that our ancestors were savages and uncivilized, and that they were incapable of creating such masterpiece, that there was no advanced technology in the Philippines, or what is now the Philippines, before Europeans came over. And second, it depicts what is believed to be a deity or the goddess named Tara from the Hindu-Buddhist traditions. And again, this is important because centuries of Western education taught us that our islands and our people had been disconnected and isolated from the outside civilized world until it was discovered by Ferdinand Magellan in 1521. For centuries, we were told that our islands and our people were not deeply connected with our Southeast Asian neighbors. And as you may or may not know, Southeast Asia throughout its history has always been deeply interconnected with the Hindu, Buddhist, and Islamic world. But still, they told us that the Philippines was the isolated one, untouched and uncivilized until white people came. The Philippines may not have great monuments such as Angkor Wat in Cambodia or Borobudur in Indonesia, not even golden temples like what you will find in Thailand or Myanmar. But it does not mean that the islands were disconnected and isolated from the rest of Southeast Asia. For example, the Golden Tara is believed to be proof that what is now the Caraga region, or the 4 provinces of Surigao del Norte, Surigao del Sur, Agusan del Norte, Agusan del Sur, and the city of Butuan had been part, or at least connected, to the greater Majapahit Empire that had once dominated Southeast Asia for 200 years, long before Europeans set foot in the region. And the Golden Tara of Agusan also resembles many of the golden artifacts found from the ancient kingdom of Champa in what is now Vietnam. The Golden Tara is an evidence of the strong relationship between the ancient city of Butuan in what is now Mindanao and the kingdom of Champa in what is now Vietnam. And this relationship was actually mentioned in the ancient records of the Song dynasty of China. Although it's a small statue, the Golden Tara speaks volumes about the ancient traditions and pre-colonial history of the Philippines. It embodies the extensive cultural and political connections between the diverse people of Southeast Asia and the outside world. It tells us about a shared and collective history that spans thousands of years. The Golden Tara is known to be the most important discovery in the history of archaeology in the Philippines. But the question is, where is it now? Because if you go to the Philippines today, you will only find replicas of the Golden Tara, not the real one. So what happened? According to the grandchildren of Bilay Campos, the golden image, the priceless golden image, was stolen from their grandmother, and from then it has been passed down from one owner to another. Now, there was also an attempt by the anthropologist Henry Otley Bayer in 1918 to purchase the Golden Tara for the National Museum of the Philippines, but it failed because they did not have enough money. And in the end, by 1922, the golden image of Agusan was sold to the Field Museum in Chicago, where you can still see it today. There have been attempts to return the Golden Tara back to the Philippines, but for now, it is safely displayed in the Field Museum of Chicago. Traditionally, the goddess Tara, or the Bodhisattva Tara, is also known to be the mother of liberation, a potent symbol of feminism. So who knows? Maybe one day, the Golden Tara will find her way back home to her people. And that is it for me today. If you got questions that you think I have the knowledge or the wisdom to answer, feel free to ask me. Feel free to ask Kirby. See you next time. Or in Tagalog, kita kits, and in Kapampangan, ni kitix.